lives around the rim, averaging 7 dunks and layups per game. Only Giannis averages more with 7.8 per game. No other rookie is averaging even 4 per game. And it's not just his dominant scoring. Zion is hustling to get to loose balls, recovering an NBA best 2.3 per game. He's the only player recovering at least 2 loose balls per game this season. Zion has not just been stuffing the stat sheet, he's been doing so incredibly efficiently. Among players averaging less than 30 minutes per game, Williamson is tied for the 3rd most points per game. He's behind only Bucks All-Star Chris Middleton and Steph Curry, who has appeared in just 4 games. But his coach Alvin Gentry, Zion's coach, knows he needs to get the ball more down the stretch.
Zion can't go 4 minutes without touching the basketball, and that's on me. You know, that's something that I've got to make sure that will never happen again. And so, you know, I take responsibility for that.
So here's the question. We have a limited moment here. Matt Barnes, Jay Will. While all of us were busy with the Super Bowl and all the stuff that was happening last week, you know what we missed? Zion Williamson, when he plays, is one of the best players in the world. Right? He's one of the best players.
I didn't miss it.
Okay, you did.
I didn't miss it.
I think the world collectively missed it, right? I mean,
Yes.
he's playing. He's unbelievable.
He's either scoring or rebounding a ball 79% of the times he touches it, Greeny.
Yeah.
79% of the times he touches it. That's how special of a player he is.
You got to think, too, he's only 7 games in, really, too. You know what I mean? 7 games into his career. And I said last time I was here, he's an energy guy. He's someone that can get you 20 and 10 just off effort and energy, and he's starting to show that. Although I do agree with Alvin, they do need to find ways to get him the ball creatively down the stretch.
How do they do that?
I would pick and rolls. He's a big, wide body. Pick and roll, get him on the move. He's a constant threat. Cross screens to get him on the block because he's also a willing passer, but you can't guard him one-on-one. So, I mean, I think they're starting to get, like I said, the team is also only 7 games or however many games in with him, too. So they got to figure each other out.
How much does Zion Williamson weigh?
Like 280?
Okay, he has a chance to be maybe the best screener we've ever seen.
Jesus.
Right?
Wide
Anthony
low.
Mason was a big-time screener. He can create so much fluidity within the offense just by hitting people, also catching him at the pinch post, which is like another way of saying the elbow because he can turn and drive.
And then in basketball, you know this, Jay Will, you set a good screen, you're going to get open.
Yes.
You know, so using him as a down screen, slips, all kind of stuff like that, they're going to find ways to get him the ball, but he's effective.
How significant is him against Giannis?
I think it's going to be incredible because both teams thrive in transition. Giannis thrives at attacking the basket, and then the Pelicans, I mean, look, they have 311 passes per game. That's 2nd in the league. That's how fast of a pace this game is going to be.
It's going to be fun, the first of many. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Look, so maybe you guys have been focused on it.
Yes.
Maybe you've been focused on it and I've missed it. But I feel like while we were all talking about football last week, Zion Williamson came along and said, oh, actually, I'm unbelievable. We'll talk more about it as we go. Coming up on Get Up, the Cowboys and Dak Prescott appear headed down a road neither of them want.
Drop these 2 guys. It makes sense.
So before you just scoff completely, Graziano, you did send me a note yesterday that suggested that purely from a financial standpoint, it actually is possible.
The way the 49ers build their contracts allows them to change course midstream if they decide to change the plan, upgrade at a position. And Jimmy Garoppolo's contract is no exception. There are 3 years left. Not a dollar of it is guaranteed. As of April 1st, $15.7 million of his $23.8 million salary this year becomes guaranteed. But April 1st is 2 weeks after the start of free agency, and it's no coincidence that the 49ers do their deals with that date as the trigger. So if Tom Brady wanted to go there, if the 49ers decided that Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't the guy, that they were a better fourth quarter quarterback play away from winning the Super Bowl 2 days ago, they could move on from Jimmy Garoppolo, owe him no more money, and replace him at quarterback. They could. This is true.
Good luck to your mentions. Listen, we talk about Jimmy Garoppolo just led this team to a 13-3 record, right? Was 18 of 21 before that fourth quarter that you mentioned, and this is his first year fully starting. He was top 5 in touchdowns, top 5 in completion percentage, top 5 in yards per attempt. He's 28 years old. He's $80 million against the cap over the next 3 years. He's 23-6 as a starting quarterback. Why would the San Francisco 49ers, who again, listen, Brady makes no sense for them schematically. Like, Kyle Shanahan has a very specific scheme. It is about moving the quarterback outside of the pocket. Brady's not going to do that.
No, he's not.
Like this, there's 0% chance of this ever being a reality. 0%.
I don't know about 0%. Look, here's the thing. broaden it, right? Let's say they decide they have to do better at quarterback and it's not Brady. The point is they could move on from Garoppolo. Your conversation, the conversation we're having is the one for the 49ers meeting rooms over the next couple of months. And if they decide that's true, which is probably what they'll decide, then nothing happens. They have the ability to make a change at that position if they decide
Can we
they
go
want
to the
or need to.
Like, okay, that's a fair point, DG. That's a fair point, DO. My issue is what you said. He led. Them. Like, did Jimmy Garoppolo really lead the San Francisco 49ers this year with all of their success? Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody watching football thought Jimmy Garoppolo first when the San Francisco 49ers football team was mentioned as him leading them. I don't.
That doesn't minimize the quarterback play, though.
It minimizes how important he is to him.
Marcus,
that's what we're talking about.
They were 13-3 and had 3 losses on the final play of the game. This was not a 9-7 football team.
Because of Jimmy G first.
No.
That's my point. But so if we have
they're 3 plays away from being 16-0.
If there's a possibility, they had the top-ranked defense in the league this year. They had the top-ranked rushing offense in the league this year. You telling me a quarterback led a team that threw 8 passes in the playoff game? That's what you drive.
No, but what I'm telling you is
here's the thing. Look, quarterbacks get a lot of credit. They get a lot of the blame. We all understand that. Let's stop saying Jimmy G led the San Francisco 49ers to 13-3.
Are the San Francisco 49ers 13-3 with those 3 losses being on the final play of the game and a batted ball away in the Super Bowl from winning that game? Are they in a different place if Tom's playing quarterback for them?
Maybe so.
Is Tom going to go top 5 in all those passing categories with them?
Maybe so. What we've seen Tom Brady do in those situations is win most of them.
The fourth quarter I will give you. Tom Brady probably is performing better in the fourth quarter. But to sit here and say that is a drastically improved football team or Jimmy G was the problem of that football team or, who
was?
Marcus,
tell me who was the problem.
Marcus, they are batted ball away on second down from them winning the Super Bowl. In all reality.
Who threw the ball?
The quarterback threw the ball. Okay. But who made the play, though?
Who missed the throw to Emmanuel Sanders?
Listen, the 49ers would be absolutely nuts if they sat there and said, you know what? Jimmy Garoppolo, we got to move on from him.
They wouldn't be absolutely nuts.
All of that.
I don't think it was. I think the scenario is nuts, but they wouldn't be nuts to think that Tom Brady would come in and be the difference in a Super Bowl. I don't think that's nuts.
All of that said, Marcus has a better idea for where Brady should wind up. And I think the happiest person in the world right now is Tom Brady, who is sitting back and watching and listening to all of this debate about his future. I think this is exactly where he wants it.
Jimmy Garoppolo
in the meantime,
13-3.
A fascinating NBA matchup tonight.
I guess Robert Horry.
We're going to keep talking, even though these guys keep talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. It's Zion in his 7th game as a pro facing Giannis and the Bucks, and it's going to be interesting because Zion is averaging 14.7 points in the paint.